haven't silenced my phone. Have my bookie might call.
Every time Joe talk about like, it's a listening room, no talking or whatever, Rex is like, well, God damn it,
Hold on. Hey, darling, hold on a second.
Everybody doing okay? Yeah? All right. I played earlier in Dickinson, and just to be safe, I went ahead and changed my strings. I didn't want to contaminate. So bear with me if this thing moves around. There's a cold front on the way. These guitars are ungraduated barometers, basically. That's right. So it will move and tell you something's happening, but there are no numbers, so you don't know what is happening and then how much of whatever it is happening. So I'll apologize in advance. Get it as close to that 440 as I can, and we'll play a song or two, huh?
Yes.
All right, man. Here we go. Here we go. Don't try to trace my footsteps. You just get turned around, 'cause I'll be off and running before the dust ever settles down. Only my shadow knows just where I've been, and I can't say for sure, love, if I'll ever be back again. Oh, the river is wide, yeah, the river is deep, and there's not too much on this side that we can keep. But there's one thing I found that I'll carry with me. It's your love. It's your love. It's your love. Well, down here by the water, in the cool night air, wish you were beside me, with the jasmine growing in your hair. When that morning sun comes rising up again, well, I'll be off and running for some place I've never been. Oh, the river is wide, yeah, the river is deep, and there's not too much on this side that we can keep. But there's one thing I found that I'll carry with me. It's your love. It's your love. It's your love. Well, each night for I sleep, yeah, I say a little prayer. One day I will find you standing there, and the light from your eyes will show me the way to the place where I can finally stay. So attitude, Jesus. Well, my shadow lays at my feet where I stand, stretching like a dream out across the land. And it races the river that cuts the burning sand until it finds its way back to you again, back to you again. Oh, the river is wide, I'll carry with me. It's your love. 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 Thank you, guys.
Love, huh?
It's a metaphor for a gently used Suburban, you know.
I don't know what a metaphor is or anything. I just know, I don't even know what a pronoun is. Okay. Well, I'm going to sing about, well, love, but not that kind. This is about, actually, it's about a guy who gets really super heartbroken and starts drinking whiskey. Sounds like a country song, doesn't it?
Yes, yes.
Sound like a bunch of them.
Be hard to write a country song. You know, this is an old country song. It'd be hard to write a new one now. It may be about Father Time being in jail for harassing Mother Nature, maybe. Is that a good joke? This old world I'm living in, it don't belong to me. Ain't nothing recently that does me any differently. Well, I had a lover once, but she had a lover too. So now I'm asking, what's a man supposed to do? This old body I've been breathing in, it don't belong to me. So I'll just get it drunk, so drunk that it can't see. And then maybe I can make it. We'll just do a cappella. Whiskey maybe, at least I can fake it alone. Get the sound man to report to the stage, please. Did I do something?
I don't know what's happening, bro.
We didn't plug it back in.
It's that cold front, man. I'm telling you.
There you go.
Quarter inch, man.
It's a brand new quarter. I bought it like in 16.
The metric standard. Look, hey, tighten it up. I think it's this quarter inch, bro. No, from his guitar down.
Well, hell. Okay.
Got one over there. Yeah, here you go. Here's a song about like you talking about. I was gonna Rex Bell, ladies and gentlemen.
Shut up.
Janet Bell, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good night, and thank you. It's been a great show.
And no, there's no refunds. It's fucking art, right? You know, so. This is a song about looking for God and getting tired. To the river to wash blood from my hands. I'm going to the river to wash blood from my hands. But the river is dirty with the salt of distant lands, and it smelled of death and tasted of sand. And the sun, it did not shine, and the birds, it did not sing for me. Fell down at the muddy banks, my hands folded in prayer. I fell down at at the muddy banks, my hands folded in prayer. I cried out the name of God to the stagnant air. Well, I don't know where God lives, don't think it's around here, 'cause the sun, it did not shine, and the birds, they did not sing for me. Waited and I waited, no answer ever came. I waited and I waited, no answer ever came. And the river is rising and the air smells of rain. And I fear my trip here has been in vain, 'cause the sun, it did not shine and the birds, it did not sing for me. Going into town tonight, I'm gonna drink that fucker dry. I'm going into town tonight, I'm gonna drink till I'm high. I'm gonna tie on old high-tone drunk while the moon and stars spin by, and look for God the day after I die. 'Cause the sun, it does not shine, and the birds, they do not sing for me. The sun, it did not shine, and the birds, they did not sing for me. Rex Bell, ladies and gentlemen.
This is a song I wrote about when I was playing and my cord went out.
This is a new one.
I just wrote it while he was singing that song. That is the blues.
Baby,
Anyway.
we live in them.
You know, if you know, O.J. Simpson died this week, and if you want more information on O.J., just go to his website, O.J. // you bitch // I'm sorry.
I take offense to that because my mother was stabbed by O.J., man.
Well, let me take a stab at this song. This old world I'm living in, it don't belong to me. Ain't nothing recently that does me any differently. Well, I had a lover once, but she had a lover too. So now I'm asking, what's a man supposed to do? This old body I've been breathing in, it don't belong to me. So I'll just get it drunk, so drunk that it can't see. And then maybe I can make it. Whiskey maybe, at least I can fake it alone. This old world I'm living in, it spins on top of me. The seasons, they slip around, just like my women do. She was all I had, I believe I've had it all. My feelings are on the ground, and no further can they fall. these thoughts I've been sleeping with, hell, they don't belong to me. I can get rid of them. I can drown them in that sea of whiskey. Maybe I can make it. Whiskey, maybe. At least I can fake it alone. This old world I'm living in, it just don't fit around me. There's way too much of it, or maybe not enough of me. My legs are getting hungry now, they're searching for a different stride. I just can't let lonesome take my head for another ride. Whiskey, maybe I can make it. Whiskey, maybe, at least I can fake it alone.
Look, man, on a personal note, I'm so goddamn proud to be sitting up here with Rex and Janet Bell tonight, man.
I wish I could say the same.
I do a lot of these song swaps, man, and most of the time, I end up with a sore back from toting the damn thing. But tonight, I'm gonna try to hang on, you know. I'm so proud all of y'all are here. Thank you so much again.
Thank you.
Yes.
Rex was like, well, we'll go down and hire some people just to come sit in a room so, you know.
I brought all these. What did you? Oh, you made a poster.
I like to think that was the thing that put us over the top,
you know
man.
that's right.
I got in this conversation earlier, though, man, because we were talking about the place, right? Somebody playing tunes or whatever, the event, right? And then the people that populate it. Well, it takes all three, man, you know. Even if nobody was here, me and Rex probably still sit up here and stroke our egos and whatever, you know. But
Hell yeah.
it's a lot cooler because when all three come together, you know, it ends up being what they call a community. You know what I mean? Yeah. So thank you guys, man. Joe and Angela.
Yes.
Chris behind the bar. Lord, y'all say hello to Chris.
Yay!
Fantastic songwriter in his own right, man.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
He's a pretty shitty bartender, but you know.
Don't tip him. Don't tip him. Don't tip him.
Nah, he's good. I just like giving him shit, man. He's from Georgia, you know,
Yes,
so.
he is.
I'm sorry.
Nah, he's a good
Hope
guy.
he gets over it.
Let's see. What shall we play? What? All right. Oh, yeah. Hey, so, my buddy, Shameless Jim, James Steinley, man, cut this song and stuck it on the end of a record called The Echo Sound. But like a bay, you know. It's the most clever wordplay he ever come up with, you know. He tries. But, so he did kind of a kind of true to it version. So I've been playing it a little bit different. Because it feels like I'm covering myself, like I'm covering him when he covered. It's a thing. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. So we'll do it this way, and if y'all don't like it, we'll all play the original version later, and that'll be a whole nother song I don't have to think of. It's like a buy one, get one free deal, but you got to read the fine print. I'm not leaving for the sake of going. I am going because I cannot stay. It is an old wind that I feel blowing. It is an old song calling me away. So let the winds blow and let the sirens call. I will not miss you or this or place it all. How could something so right end up so wrong? It is an old wind. It is an old song. Did you miss me in the springtime? Did you miss me in the fall? Will you kiss me in my dreams, dear? Did you love me at all? Let the winds blow, let the sirens call. I will not miss you or this or place it all. How could something so right end up so wrong? It is an old wind. It is an old song. So it's 2 for $1 at the 5 and dime store. Same price as race up as wages fall. Only wages from loving you is my heart nailed to your wall. So let the winds blow and let the sirens call. I will not miss you or this or place it all. Something so right, they end up so wrong. It is an old wind. It is an old wind. It is an old song. Thank you, baby.
That's great, man.
That's like, you know, remember we used to when you buy a single and it'd be like, you know, old song. You know, and it was all.
A single.
But then on the B side, it'd be like, old song, and then in parentheses, remix, you know? Some asshole blowing a whistle, you know?
I want to thank Joel and Angela. For ruining my club. But I do have a really good announcement. You know, as you know, last year I was on chemo and my cancer is in remission. Thanks. Well, since you're in the mood for clapping, my diarrhea medicine is also working really good. You gotta.
They got medicine that gives you diarrhea?
I can't help myself. I just say stuff.
He does.
He goes,
You
I
never
know.
know what's going to pop out of his mouth. Never.
No, ma'am. I wrote this song after I read the story about this young boy who joined the circus because his hands looked like lobster claws. It's a long time ago when they had freak shows still. They used to let the prisoners out to run the rides, I guess for a good time. They were called carnies. It's called Circus Circus. The clown car pulled up with no clowns inside. Bearded lady asked me for a date. Balloon boy got excited and his head blew up. But we still need his balloons for the parade. The big cats got excited once they figured it out. They get to eat the man, the whip, and the chair. The elephants put their savings in a memory bank. Cry, ain't nothing worth remembering down here. Snake lady is shedding her sins for me. The half-blind woman closed her eye. Fish face Francie, she got a lizard tattoo right between her pretty eyes. The carnies were all smoking by the tilt-a-whirl, shooting dice pretending they got paid. Then back to their machines on Felony Row, crying circuses and prisons are the same. Trapeze Tony, he took a fatal fall. They say he forgot to secure his net. And just like Houdini, he said he was coming back. But Sarah Sally hasn't heard from him yet. Blockhead Billy put on a hell of a show, driving nails into his eye. All the showgirls, they followed Billy around. Nobody had to ask him why. Harpoon Mary, he was a tattooed man. He didn't know what held in store. But Harpoon Berry, he lost so much weight that his tattoos were lying on the floor. Too Tall Tommy and Legless Lil, they got married in the tiger's lair. He was 8'2", she was 2'1", but none of their children seemed to care. Tears were flowing for Lobster Boy. His hands were mangled by disease. People paid money to shake those hands. Well, which one had the real disease? Elephant Man, he he hates it here. The barkers lie and the clowns are scared. 3 rings of a circus is a dangerous place. They shoot horses over there. Thanks.
Rex Bell.
It's as you know, I do really funny stuff, and then I sing these really deep songs. It's kind of, I know people are expecting they're going to laugh, but thanks, I appreciate
So
that.
good. I was talking to somebody the other day. You know, they shoot horses, don't they? You know.
Yeah.
And I said, "What you mean?" I said, "Well, it was a story, and then they made this movie. You know, they made a movie about a saying." Yes, they did. Go watch it, right? And I want to meet back up with that asshole and just, you know, why you crying? You know.
You know, the Lobster Boy was an actual boy.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and he was, you know, he had actually people would pay money.
That was my cousin Melvin, man. They lived over in Arcola.
He looked like your cousin.
He was a good juggler, man. They used to call him the Lance Armstrong of juggling. Pretty good with just one ball, you know.
I need a Kleenex. I need a Kleenex. Yeah, that was either some really bad cocaine.
Is that
maybe
diarrhea medicine you're talking about, huh?
I didn't wear my Depends. Was that it?
No, I think I got a couple of cousins that ended up like, you know, running the machines, but I don't think any of them had like, you know, lobster crawls
Thank you,
or whatever,
Dr.
man.
Phil.
But my grandfather, though, he was an early adopter. Well, it's sort of, I guess it's sort of like maybe like a instinctual thing. Not so much an early adopter, but he held on to the fact and the knowledge that one of the most useful tools that man has at his disposal is just your common everyday fire. He used to fix a lot of bridges, you know, with fire and neighbors' houses and barns, you know. Just real handy with it, you know. So this song, we were over here last night. Parker Ryan, Vincent Parker Ryan. He got like 7 names. I never know which one he's using, man. But he was fantastic last night, man. But he's over like from out of like Livingston, and I grew up a little north and further east than that, and so I was talking with some of his people last night, and they said, "Oh, you from Louisiana, ain't you?" And I go, "Well, everybody from Waco thinks I'm from New Orleans, and everybody from Church Point thinks I'm from Waco. So, you know." Because I grew up in East Texas, man, Cherokee County, right? "Oh, really? Yeah." I said, "Well, you know, if you doubt my bona fides, man, I grew up on a working pine tree farm. If you guys looking to get into ag, I recommend pine tree farming, man. Basically, you plant some trees and then fuck off for about 45 years. And then you hire somebody, they come and cut all your trees down, and you get a check from Tenahall, man. It's pretty all right, you know." But what happens when they harvest the timber, you know, they don't take all the tree, they take most of the tree. And the limbs and the tops, anything that's too busted to haul and sell, they just push it in a big pile, and they burn it, called a windrow, right? Well, this song was about a time we were cutting about 80 acres of mixed hardwoods in a bottom, right? So like 2 hills kind of come together, and there's a little seasonal creek down the middle. And it was dry, so they push all the tops and stuff into that seasonal creek, you know. And the forester told my granddad, said, "Look here, Mr. Corona, don't you worry about this stuff. We'll come back and burn it, you know, in a month or 2. It's kind of dry right now, and the wind's up a little bit." And he's kind of, you know. As soon as the forester was down the road a little bit, he said, "Gabe, run up to the barn and get some of that white gas and some matches." And I said, "All right." And I come back down. He doped up a couple of spots, flipped the match, went to work, you know. I said, "Shit, it's getting hot, Granddad." He said, "Yeah, man." We started easing off of it, started up the hill back towards the house, and we turned and looked, and it's when we realized that dry creek bed was just like cannon fuse running up to the neighbor's place. which was like 500 acres that they ain't cut in like 60 years, right? They going for it. I said, Granddad, what are we going to do about this, man? He said, dude, there ain't nothing we can do about that, dude. I think Rio Bravo is on TBS. We should go watch that. All right. So we got to the house. He had a TV going, man. John Wayne doing his thing, and he had the volume turned all the way up, and he couldn't hear the plot over all the goddamn sirens and helicopters and stuff. And so, end of the day, nobody got hurt, man. He had to pay a little bit of a fine, no big deal. So this is the true story of the last forest fire that my grandfather ever set. So, it was the last one because, unfortunately, after this event, he got into trading Bitcoin and just didn't have time for it anymore. It's called Sam Corona's Last Big Hit. Come quick, mama, 'cause the woods are burning. Granddaddy working them trees again. Smoke is up, going higher and higher. Some bitch Waltrip gonna turn him in. The son of bitch Waltrip's gonna turn him in. Well, there's a red plumbing with his water truck, mama. A Jack White from the county seat. The old man Parsons in his brush gear, mama. Taking a beating, but he's taking the heat. He's taking a beating, but he's taking the heat. They said it burned down to the graveyard, mama. Tombstones burned, black whistle. Said it lit up a pine stump, mama. Burned straight down, it's old Taproot. Burned straight down, it's old Taproot. Hear them people down in their boxes, mama. Lay them down, the souls to keep. I hope that fire wasn't too hot, mama. You're hot enough to wake them from their sleep. You're hot enough to wake them from their sleep. This my mama said, well, come away, child, from that tree line, honey. Nothing out there but sad and woe. Sorry, mama, but my dog is running. Anywhere she headed, no, I'm bound to go. Anywhere she headed, no, I'm bound to go. Said they got it stopped for it. Too late, mama, out on the edge of Murder Springs Road. Go in a house, call the judge this morning. See how much old granddad owes. See how much old granddad owes. So come quick, mama, 'cause the woods are burning. Granddaddy working them trees again. Smoke is up, going higher and higher. Some bitch Waltrip's gonna turn him in. Son of bitch Waltrip's gonna turn him in. And son of bitch Waltrip's gonna turn him in. And son of bitch Waltrip's gonna turn him.
Aw, you're so damn good.
I was blessed with a very interesting upbringing, man. You know, how do you come up with these songs, man? You just pay fucking attention, you know. Like, you got a wild ass Sicilian granddad setting fire to shit. You ain't got to come up with nothing, you know. You just look over there, man.
Well, I wrote this song. This is a love song. I wrote it for my lovely wife, Janet.
Oh, Janet.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to tell we have royalty in the house tonight. Over in the corner, we have Mike and Rose.
Yeah.
They're like the poker mafia of Galveston.
Yeah.
I don't recognize Rose without all of my chips in front of her. It sucks. She like knocks me out every time, I swear.
Queen 3 all suit, all in, huh?
Oh man, she'll drive you crazy. I'm telling you. So anyway, I wrote this. I need to look at you because I'm singing this song about you. Well, I can't move apparently.
Here, I'll turn on the.
Yeah, I just want to see you. Can I look?
Is that the name of it?
No.
Stay out of my introduction.
I just want to see you.
Anyway, it's a really sweet. It's a love. It's not very heavy or deep or. It's a love song. It's sweet and sappy.
Yeah.
You girls are gonna love it, guys. Go to the ladies' room. Speaking of that, I did that at the VA hospital. I'm telling you, it's 2024. If you want us to use your bathrooms, you got to get some urinals in there. And get rid of that weird condom machine. I'm telling you. I prefer men's restrooms, especially at large sporting events. You just bow your head, follow the drops right to the trough. No urinal in there. It's really beautiful. It's beautiful. No, we do, it's a gorgeous thing. You just like, we don't need soap. We don't need paper towels. You just pretend to wash your hands and leave. And all the girls go, look, he washed his hands. Now listen, Rose busted me. During a poker hand, I had to pee, and it was like, so it was real fast. I went in the bathroom, and I came back, and she said, "Did you wash your hands?" I said, "Rose, I've got the cleanest penis this side of Phoenix. You could eat off of it." No, I love Rose. Bitch. The mic was off. She didn't hear that.
1 2 1 2 1 2.
No, I love that one. So anyway, it's a real sweet love song. If you play golf, you get a mulligan, which is a do-over, right? So sometimes you want a do-over in life. Of course, that doesn't happen, but this song is called...
My mom had a mulligan, but we took her to Jacksonville, and the doctor cut it out.
This is called Janice Mulligan. It's really sweet. Shut up. Just shut up. If I could do a mulligan and I could live my life again, I swear I'd do it right this time. I'd marry you the first time I saw you out on the street. I'd be a nicer boyfriend. I'd make a better husband. I'm sure I'd write you better songs, make millions. I could spend it all on you, you. I can make you happy with no shoes on. I can plant the sunlight, harvesting each day. I can make you smile with your lips on. And if you're broke, I can even make it rain. If I could do a mulligan and I could live my life again, I'd be a famous businessman. We'd live off of the Yucatan on a boat, in love with the sea. I'd be a perfect fisherman. I'd dive for pearls in Amsterdam. I'd take you for a longer ride. Along the way you become my bride again and again and again. We can spend our summers in the springtime. We steal the hours, throw the clocks away. We can even have our own time zone. And if not, I'll simply create you another day. Shut up, Gabe. Hey. If I could do a mulligan and I could live my life again, I'd take you to the whitest sand. I'd put you in my country band to sing. Oh, you'd be my country queen. We'd rock the house in Birmingham. If we didn't, we wouldn't give a damn. 'Cause love would find us everywhere. We'd be that lucky, fuzzy pair of dice in Seven's domain. Every road would lead us to a hometown, and every town would throw us a parade. And I could be the mayor of the last one and proclaim, you will always have it made. If I could do a mulligan and I could live my life again, I'd love you more and more. Shut up. Are the men back from the ladies' room yet?
It's wonderful, sir. Wonderful, 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 wonderful.
Oh, listen, you girls that actually live with guys, I need to explain this. This is information. Get a bunch of cigarette butts, and when you're done, throw one in there. I promise you, if we have a target, we never miss. It becomes a game. It's like a Russian sub. You know, we sink it. That's it, Gabe. I'm done.
He ain't lying, folks. You know. Took the Nighthawk, man. We was at the park the other day and had to go use the bathroom. So we go in there and the urinal, like, ladies, I don't know if y'all noticed, but they got these weird plastic things in urinals trying to keep the smell down, which is, you know, thanks for trying, you know, but some of them got like targets and bullseyes painted on them, you know. And our man's all like, Dad, what's this? I'm like, God. Just throw it down. He's like, why does it taste weird? I'm like, Jesus Christ. You're at home, but then like your significant other, your husband, wife, or whoever, like comes in. And instead of being, you know, like, hey, honey, I'm home, maybe you kind of get that skunk eye, you know. And you're like, well, shit, what did I do this time? And maybe this time, when you ask yourself that, you kind of tell yourself, man, it don't even matter, you know, like, that's enough. I've had enough, you know. And you're not mad about it, but you're like, well, let me just go ahead and get my bag from behind the couch and go somewhere else, you know. Not mad about it, but it's enough. I make these songs up in my head. I would never, you know, say that out loud. Well, I've been around long enough to know what it means. Now, when you look at me that way and don't say a thing, well, forgive me, my cherie. You know that I love you, baby. It's been a lot of fun, but honey, I think we're through. Well, I've been around long enough to have a place to go when it's a cold on the home front and the fire burns a little low. Well, you know I love you, girl. Truly I do. Baby, it's been a lot of fun, think we flew right past it, and now we're both sitting here looking dumb. Well, like a hound and a rabbit, well, we never did quite grab it, and I do believe that our race is wrong. Maybe some other place or some other time, maybe your melody might fit my rhyme. But here and now, I'm sitting with you. Now, honey, I must admit, baby, I think we're through. Well, I've been around long enough to read the writing on the wall. If you don't watch your step, you know you're bound to fall. Well, I love you, little girl, till the day I die. Baby, it's been a lot of fun, but honey, I think we're through. Yeah, baby, it's been a lot of fun, but honey, I think we're through. Thank you, guys. Can I get 2 high lives to the stage, please?
2? Are you sweating? It's kind of hot in here.
I've been in Dickinson all day, man.
Where you been?
Dickinson.
Do they have Dickinson on the Strand up there?
They do. They did.
When I used to own this place, I had Dickinson on the Strand. And if people who dress up like people from Dickinson get their 7th beer free.
7th. Joe, you need to bring them specials back, man.
I shouldn't do so much comedy because when I do a serious song, y'all don't believe it. So, I mean, I do all this comedy and I write these jokes, and the rest of the time I'm really depressed. No, that's not true. I wrote this song a long time ago, back when I was really in love with being a musician. Actually, I still love it. Between playing poker and being a musician, it's a great retirement gig.
It's like painting houses, but different.
But different.
And you know, this one, I wrote this song. This was after I got rid of my first wife. No, she was great. But see, Janet can cook. My first wife couldn't cook. She really believed the smoke alarm was a timer, and I'm not joking. Hey, I left some dental floss on the stove. The roaches hung themselves. I found a leftover hamburger patty, and I scoured the sink. So this is when I'm still a musician. It's a great life for some people. It's not, I mean, if you're not famous, I still loved it. All the drugs, kidding me? Except Gabe never did a drug in his life.
Never.
Maybe Viagra once, huh?
Just once, man.
Gabe will relate to this about love and music. It's called Houston's Long. Summer's here, Houston's long. Gotta have a car with the AC on. Gotta have a woman at least willing to try. I try my best to pay my dues. Belt some ballads, sing some blues. Making music's all I'm gonna do. It ain't easy to live this way. You don't don't have a straight job. Your mind and your body pays all that premium price to live this way. I wouldn't have it any other way, 'cause I love to live this way. Even shit, I was doing too many drugs when I wrote this. On the edge, leaning out, someone said whisper and I said shout. Chances threaten me, I just take them home. All the good money's already spent. I said got some upfront rent when I'm gone. I got a place to go. It ain't easy to live this way, but I just wouldn't have it any other way. 'Cause when the lights go dim and we start to play and they start to sway, I wouldn't have it any other way, 'cause I love to live this way. Even though the pay is short, the music's sweet, I'd like to introduce the ends so they can meet and pay my bills. Now I got me a song on the radio. Well, it could be a hit song, you know. It could put me in the pink forevermore. It ain't easy to go astray out from the mainstream and make it pay. But you never know, I might be a star someday. Wouldn't have it any other way. I love to live this way. On the edge, leaning out, someone said whisper and I said shout. Chances threaten me, I just take them home. I messed it up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Years ago, man, when I was first getting into doing this kind of stuff, man, I figured out, like, if you could play a couple of 3 songs, you go to these certain joints, like on a Tuesday or a Wednesday night, and you play the songs, and they give you a bunch of beer for nothing, you know? And I'm like, well, shit, man, you know? Save me like $7 a night, you know? Back in them late 90s, $7 was like $10, you know?
Hell yeah.
And then I had buddies that were like better organized than I was, and so they would have like telephones and apartments, you know, and cars that ran correctly, you know, shit like that. All this stuff you don't really need.
Hell yeah.
But they would put bands together, man, and all of a sudden they have a band.
They had chords that worked.
Yeah, and they drive up to Dallas, and they're like, dude, if you get up to Dallas and play songs, they'll give you like a cheeseburger and like 3 or 4 beers. I'm like, get the fuck, a cheeseburger and free beers? Man, I gotta get to Dallas, dude. But my car didn't run very well, man. So, closest I could get to Dallas was Jersey Village. And I was coming from College Station, so you do the math on that one, you know. But I could hop in, and they all had them old church vans. They'd buy church vans and leave the paint job on it because they were like, the police ain't gonna pull over a church van, you know. Bullshit. Police pull over whoever they want to, man, you know. Especially at 3 a.m. in Jersey Village on the way to Dallas, you know, so. But I'd hop in and I'd go right along, and then I'd get up and do like 30 or 40 minutes, you know, and they'd give me like half a cheeseburger and 2 beers. You know, I'm like, I get it, you know, okay. But on one of those trips I rode down here, man, with a band, a buddy of mine had this band called the Side Hill Gougers, and I came down with those guys, and we played in here. Man, it would have been like 2000, 2001, something like that.
Something like that. What was his name, the lead guy?
Shane Walker, man.
Man, he's so good.
So very good. Shane Walker, if you don't know him, he's got a record out like on them services. It's something about shit, the life of bees or something like that. Quality of bees, yeah. He's got a song called Beirut in the 70s, and it's one of the most fantastic things I've ever heard in my life. Go find that thing. The rest of them are all right. Nah, they're all really good. But so that was the first time I come down here, man, you know, to play at the old quarter. And I get up and I'm like, I'm a hot rod, dude. I'm gonna play these songs. And there's songs that are so bad, I don't even remember what they were called, much less remember the song, you know. But I was proud of them and I was confident, so I played them. Bum, 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 bum. And back in the day where that exit sign is and Lightning's over there doing this thing, that used to be like a curtain, you know. Yeah. And if you were fucking up or doing really, really good, either way, the curtain would move to the side and Rex would poke his head out. If you were doing good, he would like maybe stay a little longer. If you were fucking up, he would just like look at you and then go back. And back in the old days, the PA used to sit right there like against that wall. Sometimes you just see his hand come around the corner and like turn it down, you know. So I get done playing my little thing, man. I'm like, oh yeah, man. And I think probably Lee was serving us beer back over there, you know, and I'm like, oh
Poorly.
shit, dude, yeah. And I said, man, Rex came out and checked me out while I was playing. And everybody else that knew what was up, they were like, yeah, he did. Shit. So it's fun to come back and maybe be doing better, you know. So thank you.
I couldn't turn you down from back there. I had to come out.
Well, Joel upgraded the PA and moved the head over there, so now Rex can't do that no more, man. But it's a thing that loomed large, you know, in my mind because it was sort of like everything else is just kind of fucking around for cheeseburgers and beer, you know what I mean? But then you come down here and you're like, you better have your stuff together, man, like because this ain't no joke, you know. This is where songs come from, man. This room, and you know, Rex and Janet taking care of it. Now Joel and Angela, and back to that thing I was talking about, community or whatever, man. Spots like this are important because otherwise they're gonna let the robots write all the songs from now on, man. And goddamn, robots don't work for cheeseburgers and beer, man, you know. So hats off if there's somewhere, if you're not from here and you're from wherever you're from, if there's a place like this anywhere near, or your buddy lives next to a place like this in some other state or wherever, just call him up on a Thursday and be like, turn the TV off and go to that bar and hear what's happening, man, you know? It only works if people show up. That's right. Thank you, guys. Thank you. And that's not just us. That's any kind of art. That's people. That's humanity. That's all of it, you know? Don't be a dick at Kroger's, you know? I don't know. Just... I tried this thing one time where I was like, today I'm just going to go out, you know, amongst the people, and I'm going to be really happy and just smiling all the time. Man, they fucking called the cops on me. They're like, something wrong with that guy, man. Which one? The one smiling. Oh, shit. What are you up to, man? Just grooving. Put your hands behind your back. This is a no grooving zone, man. Sorry, this thing will not. I got the Dickinson on it, man.
Yeah, my cord doesn't work.
I think that cold front's getting closer or something. Shit.
There's not a cold front, is there?
Yeah, it's right
Aren't they
behind us.
done?
Right behind us. Right behind us. I think the rain gonna stay off of us. I think maybe a little bit of rain, but I think most of it's gonna stay north. Any y'all traveling to the northeastern section of the Greater Houston Metroplex, you're gonna want to watch out for sporadic showers after the 11 o'clock hour.
You know, I used to be a weatherman.
I used to dig graves.
Well, the wind is out of the south at 7. No, let's see. Sunshine tomorrow, and the wind is out of my pants at 3 knots. Did I say that? Sorry.
Rolling hills, they unfold in my mind. While my body locked up in this grind. But I won't let it bring me down. Yeah, I know that I'll be fine. Yeah, 'cause I've got my peace, oh Lord. Yeah, 'cause I've got my peace of mind. I'm so out of tune again. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. 10,000 black-winged birds, they take air in flight. They spread across my window like a battalion of night. But I won't let them bring me down. Yeah, I let them fly right on by. And let them pass as quickly, Lord. And let them pass right through my mind. It's terrible. 10,000 people every day. They're living a lie. They're so damn busy chasing a dollar that they never see the light pass them by. But that'll never be me, oh Lord. Yeah, I know that I'll be fine. I do not want for a goddamn thing, as long as I've got my peace of mind. My guitar is somewhere in tune. Relative to what? Here's another little thing for y'all to go look up. The Aquarium Rescue Unit. Colonel Bruce Hampton, man. Relative to what? Sorry about that experimental tuning there, man.
Do you do the intro with the weed eater? What song was that? I love that.
The story about the weed eater.
Hey, your guitar's not really out of tune, Gabe. You're just talking to the feral cats out there a little bit.
I mean, it's jazz, man.
That's jazz, that's right.
Get hip to it, Daddy-O.
You know, people ask me why I wear a hat. I mean, obviously, I don't have a lot of hair. But at my age, if I don't wear a hat, I really walk around thinking my eyebrows are my bangs.
Like brushing them out of the way.
Ever since I don't have a chord right, I can't tune without my guitar.
Man, it's going around, dude. Fucking Dickinson, man.
You brought it with you.
So I have these young neighbors. They're kind of in their 30s, early 40s. They're like jet setters, and they're talking. I watch sports over there, and they mentioned that they're, you know, who's a member of the Mile High Club.
John Denver.
If I need help with my jokes, I know right where you're sitting. You just tap him if I need help.
I'm like a cameraman at a porno shoot. They're like, he keeps stepping on him.
Well, anyway, I was kind of ugly growing up, so it was hard for me to get to the Couch High Club. Thank you. If one person gets that, it's too bad the microphone was off. You know, I don't really believe in voodoo,
Yeah?
but I had acupuncture, and I came home and my doll was dead. God, I love that joke. So I wrote this song a long time ago. I was dating this woman. She was underage. That's how long ago it was. Shut up, don't be laughing. And the last time I was dating, I guess when Janet was in the hospital. You know, I was raised and then went to high school in Texas City. And back when we dated back then, none of our women had a penis. I mean, none of them. I don't know what's happened.
You mean none of them?
None of them. Because we used to date in our car.
Yeah.
And you make you move, and, you know, I mean, I would notice. I mean, I drove a stick shift, but not that kind.
Yeah.
Boo. Come on, that was funny. That was funny as hell. Don't be looking at me.
I'm waiting.
Doing a waltz in C.
Oh, all right.
Take her away, I don't want her. I couldn't have her anyway. I shouldn't have been down here with her. Our credit's too much to pay. Take her away, she's a burden. She'd only want for more. Take her on back to her uncle who runs that candy store. We started out like silver. We ended up like dust. All the words that left her fingers were turning into rust. 'Cause she didn't know this feeling, and she couldn't dance a lick. Being raised by her uncle or that Baptist preaching slick. I'll take her away, I don't want her. She'd only need for more. Yeah, I'll take her on back to her uncle who runs that candy store. I loved her like my own skin. She couldn't do no wrong. I could have turned her lion into this pretty song. I could have taken seconds and turned them into first, but her uncle wouldn't have me. He'd rather die of thirst. Take her away, she's a burden. She'd only want for more. Take her on back to her uncle who runs that candy store. I'd trade the sun for street lamps if she was old as me. I'd take tomorrow's drinking, I'd pour it in the sea. No matter how you read comes out like Dick and Jane. And no matter where the sun goes, it rises just the same. Yeah, I'd take her away, I don't want her. She'd only want for more. Take her on back to her uncle who runs that candy store. Yeah, I'd take her away, she's a burden. She'd only need for more. Take her on back to her uncle who runs that candy store. Thanks.
Rex and Janet Bell, ladies and gentlemen. Down. Who was it said they knew Shane Walker over here? Who knew that record? Oh, shit, it's Mindy. Hey, girl. I'm going to play this one. Sorry, Joel, it's a cover. But it's okay, because they broke up and whatever, you know? Well, there is a place that hides its face this side of the sun. You can get there in your bad dreams or down Highway 21, where the wind that tears your skin and blows them tumbleweeds around, and you can listen to the humming of that highway lonesome sound. Now when you're just a poor boy, you do just as you're told, and you watch him till light shine up off the blacktop on the road. Yeah. Saint Christopher, release me from this captive spell, I pray. Send me down a blackbird for to haul my soul away. When you work at Mannheim Station, you know life moves pretty slow. Just watch them cars come, watch them cars go. You just fill them cars with gasoline, look for things to do, while you dream all day about a pretty little thing like you. I have seen the rain come down, and I have braved the cold, and I've watched the world pass by me from the side of the road. I've seen old folks come to waste their days in groves like old oak trees. Jack, I swear to Kerouac, that won't happen to me. When you work at Mannheim Station, you know life moves pretty slow. That sun will beat you like a stiff child, and you got nowhere to go. You just fill them cars with gasoline and look for things to do, while you dream all day about a pretty little thing like you. One day east of Mannheim, the sun ceased to rise. Lightning bolts will fill the air, and thunder will tear the sky. I'm gonna wait till they ain't looking, and I'm gonna slip out with the wind, and I'll swim over to that golden shore and not come back again. When you're leaving Mannheim Station, you can't hear your mama cry, and that setting sun is wailing like a siren in the sky. You just fill them cars with gasoline, look for things to do, while you wait all day for a pretty little thing. When you work at Mannheim Station, you know life moves pretty slow. That sun will beat you like like a stepchild, and you got nowhere to go. You just fill them cars with gasoline, look for things to do while you wait all day for a pretty little thing like you. That's a Shane Walker song, man. But go find that one, Beirut in the 70s. It's a whole nother thing, man. It's so good.
Well, my songs are a lot shorter than yours. This isn't fair.
Well, I did a little vamping there in the middle, you know.
Well, I'm gonna do a shorter song this time, just so you can catch up with me. I'm getting all my stuff out. I'm gonna do a song.
Just wait and see.
I'm gonna do a song about safe sex. Don't talk to me. Where's my case? Well, yeah, I know. It's important. I wrote some new jokes, and then Janet didn't like them. Then I said I didn't like them. Then she said, no, you didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, you didn't.
You did.
No, you didn't.
You didn't.
You didn't.
You didn't.
Some of these young kids have just bastardized our language.
Yeah.
And I think it's important.
It's very important.
Okay, so this is a song about safe sex, and if you're going to play a song about safe sex, you have to play safe guitar. Shut up. Just placate me. I'm old.
Yes.
And I was in the hospital recently, and no joke. At my age, who could figure? I lost another glove.
No, it was.
Oh, thanks. You should leave the room, honestly.
No, it's cool, man. He's from Oklahoma. He's seen all kinds of shit, man.
Here. I'm supposed to wear this stupid hat.
There you go.
My pig. So anyway, it's about safe sex. When you're out on a date, she starts to flirt. You can't wait to get under her skirt. Before you can touch those beautiful thighs, don't you forget to condomize. Use a latex, the extra-rated latex. They're pre-lubricated. Safe sex is what you want to do. Latex condoms were made for you. Hard to play. So you're out on a date on a moonlit night. Everything is going just right. Well, just about the time you're about to deck her, well, don't you forget to wrap your pecker in a latex, the extra-rated latex. They're pre-lubricated. Safe sex is what you want to do.
Man, that happens to a lot of us, man. It's all right.
Put it back on.
Latex.
Put it back on.
Latex, right.
You know you got a good woman when you say put it back on, she puts it back. Okay. So you finally get her home. All systems are on go. You take her to the bedroom where the lights are real low. And just about the time you're about to attack her, don't you forget to sack your whacker in a latex, the extra-rated latex. They're pre-lubricated. Safe sex is what you want to do. Latex condoms were made for you. Shut up. Listen, I'm sorry. I apologize for that. But
Man.
let me tell you how this. Oh, did you get that thing off? We have a guitar cord and a condom for sale after the show.
Gently used, man. It's
You know, usually I take a sip of that and they go, ooh, and I said, it's an Alka-Seltzer, man. Where's my water? So anyway, after Hurricane, that song was written by Larry Joe Taylor, and I had been doing the stupid condom Alka-Seltzer thing for years, trying to write something.
we
Pure
don't get to
pure
choose our
vodka.
muses, ladies and gentlemen. You know, it's
So listen to this. So after Hurricane Ike, we had 7 feet of water in here. It was ruined. We finally got it back together somewhat, and I learned that song from Larry Joe, and I was doing that, and so I was there was only one drugstore open in all of Galveston, and I had to go right by it on the way to the Oak Quarter, and I always go to work at the same time, so I would stop in, I would buy 3 condoms and a small pack of Alka-Seltzer every time, and finally I realized it was the same little girl at the register. And so I know she just saw me and she said, there's the pervert. And her face was just drooped. So I finally went in there and after I bought it, I said, listen, sex makes me sick at my stomach.
I saw a bumper sticker that said, humping gives me gas, man.
But another funny thing about that, we were getting the condoms, and the condom guy, the representative for the company, was filling up
All the
the
condom
display.
machines in the restaurant.
Yeah, he was filling them all up all over Galveston, and he heard his story about doing this song, and he came in with a case of condoms.
He was down there filling all the condom machines for Mike. You know, it ruined the condom machines too.
I like the free case of condoms. That was fun.
They were colored.
Never
Hey, Gabe, what was that thing about the weed eater?
You can't
You still do that song?
Yeah, man.
the song, they had the weed eater joke, story about it. Do you remember, Joel?
Now listen, as
What
far as
song
I
was
know,
that?
I've never written a song about a weed eater.
No.
I've written a song with a weed eater. What you want to do is find like one of those like 1/4-inch steel tubing fences that's got a bottom, runner and a top runner, and about 4 to 5 inches from the ground, from the bottom of the thing. And as you approach, you just figure out where it's at. Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo. You can play that with a weed eater, man. Nobody can hear it, but you can do it. There's a certain freedom in playing a song no one will ever be able to hear, Nobody can tell you that's not how it goes. A buddy of mine asked me one time, he said, hey, man, what would you call the kind of songs you write, And I said, I don't know, man, they all right. And he's like, no, like, are they like country songs? And I said, well, kind of. Some of them are kind of like county country songs.
County country.
What the fuck is county country? I said, well, I got an Uncle Dub, and he lives back up in Cherokee County, and we're part of an electric cooperative, right? So it's you go pay, you're part of this thing that does all the overhead for the cost of running and maintaining the lines, and every month you got to pay your bill, but they don't have like online things, so you have to go to the place and pay your bill. And the electric cooperative is in an old bank. The savings and loan thing, when it crashed in the 80s, left a lot of available real estate in East Texas, So this old bank is now the Rural Electric Cooperative. It still has the drive-through, but they don't use it. Well, they use it, but not as a drive-through. They use it as the employee break room. And so Uncle Dub would go up to pay his bill, and he would wait until like 1:15. He'd be in the parking lot at about 12, though, because that's when Wanda would come out and take her smoke break in the employee break room, the drive-through. And the employee break room was a couple of lawn chairs and like some Diet Pepsi, and they'd sit out there and have, Virginia Slim 120s or whatever, And Uncle Dub would sit in his truck in the parking lot, and he'd watch Wanda have her cigarette, 3 cigarettes, and half a Diet Pepsi, and then she'd go back in, and then he'd go and pay his bill. And he did it for years, and never once did he make eye contact or tell Wanda that he loved her, you know? And I said, so, yeah, that's county country. And he's like, no, fuck that. I don't want anything to do with those songs. Those were weird, you know? And so you talking about, like, country songs, like old Clint Strait and them dudes sang. So, yeah. Oh, Sheila McIntyre. You know? He said, yeah, man, we got this kid from the Valley. He sings pretty good. He got all of his teeth. He can't write a song, but so we're looking for some material, man. And his manager's going to be in town Tuesday at like 4 in the morning over at the Tap. And I said, all right, man. Well, yeah, I got one. I got a song I think will fit him just fine. So to make sure I wasn't late, I went to this other bar till about 3 over in Bryan, and then drove all the way down. If you ever go to College Station, man, you're going by the Tap. The Tap is on Harvey Road. Harvey Road is a short road, right? There's like more DWIs given on that 2-mile stretch of road than anywhere else in the country, and that's including Delaware. So you got to be real careful over there. You're supposed to be, but I figure all the police was in bed by like 3:30, so I make my way from North Bryan over to the Tap on Harvey. Tap's one of those fancy bars. It's like in a shopping center with like a quilting supply place and a dialysis joint next to it. Plenty of good parking, you know. I'm making my way there. It's about 3:45. I'm just in time. And as I'm turning into the vast parking area allotted, you know, for parking allotment, I think they call them, for the Tap, there's one like a 1997 gold Toyota Camry parked under one of the lights in the parking lot. So shit, that's got to be the music guy. Fancy ass car like that, you know. So I'm cutting into the parking lot, man. I'm in a 1981 Ford F100. Straight 6 300. You remember that one? That inline motor? It was a motor, you know. You couldn't kill him. You couldn't get him to run right, but you couldn't kill him, you know. And as I come humping in there, you know, a little quicker than maybe I ought to, it dawned on me, I'm like, well, you know, that maybe that motor kind of slugged down. I'm like, well, maybe that power steering pump, maybe that's what's causing all this problem. Well, I'm going to come in there anyway and fishtail at this music producer and let him know how we do it over here, you know. So I hump on it pretty good. Well, when I'm cutting the wheel and then I'm going to try to power slide in there and I hit the brakes, right as I'm cutting it, the strain of the power steering pump and then, you know, maybe the booster on the brakes or something, the vacuum lines, the thing dies on me. Just stalls out and dies, and I go up on 2 wheels. I about tump the bitch over, and it finally rocks back down, and I'm trying not to make eye contact. I'm like, I can salvage this, man. So I reach down and put my hazard lights on, safety third, and try to crank the damn thing where the gas is all shook up, and it finally starts up, so I put it in drive, and I pull up, and then back in, you know, just in front of that Camry, and I get out, I get my guitar out, I say, hey, man, this one's for you. And our dude's still sitting in the Camry, like in the 10 and 2 position, you know. So I start playing this song, and I play it, and I get done, and I say, well, you know, what'd you think? He's still sitting in the 10 and 2 position. He kind of checks his blind spots, you know, and he opens the door and gets one leg out. One leg stays in, like, the ready position, you know. And he lifts his head up between like the open door and the top of the car. He checks his blind spots again. He says, you want to buy a weed eater? And I said, man, I just half-ass power slid in here, almost rolled my truck, right? And then I got out and I played you a song that didn't exist until I put it all together. And I did pretty good, remember most of the words and everything. And all you got to say after that is, do I want to buy a weed eater? Yeah, you want to buy a weed eater? Shit. Well, what kind of weed eater are we talking about, man? You know, he opens the back door and gets it out, and it's one of them handlebar jobs with the little safety orange thing, you know. It was an Echo. It wasn't a Steel, but, you know, it was all right. And I kind of fart with the choke a little bit, and I get it running. All right, man. You're going to need a new air filter. You need to take that spark arrestor off the back. So let this bitch breathe. I get it going. I start doing some light touch-up work, around the parking medians and shit, About that time, that's when the police show up with the lights and everything, And I instinctively drop the weed eater, except I got the safety harness. So it's just kind of like this, and still weed whacking because I had got it kind of opened up a little bit, The policeman, he got his gun out and said, well, what's going on here, And I said, man, I'm trying to sell this dude a song. And the other dude's like, I'm just trying to see if he wants to buy this weed eater, man. And police puts his gun back and he said, well, what kind of weed eater are we talking about here? So I hand it over to the policeman. He kind of puts it through his paces. He doesn't understand the bump thing, so he's like trying to pull the twine, but they come to some agreement. I don't know. He arrests the weed eater or something. It went with the police, and then the man get in the camera and he leaves. And I never heard how the song worked out for that kid from the valley, and I hope it did really well. And one day there'll be a big check or something for me. But in the meantime, if you're ever around Houston and you run into a band called the Broken Spokes, y'all go see them guys, man, because they do a full version of this song, and it's impressive. There's it's 5 to 7 people in the band, and they all start at the same time. They know a lot of the words, and they all stop at the same time. I don't know how they pull it off, man. It's really impressive, man. So, but it's one of them country songs. Like, well, that's the way it goes when love ain't around. 1 minute to love, the next you down. All you blue skies turn to gray whenever love is gone away. Whenever when love ain't around. Well, that's the way it goes when love ain't around. 1 minute to the next you down. And every minute of every day feels like forever. Love's gone away. Whenever when love ain't around. Now when love ain't around, your whole world's upside down. With no way to get your feet back on the ground. You're out stumbling all along. No way to get home. When love ain't around. Whenever when love ain't around. 27-minute joke for a 3-minute song.
When I do pass away, I want my remains scattered right here in front of the oak order. And I don't want to be cremated. You want people to remember you? Wait till they're tripping over your dead ass. They go, oh, Rex, what a trip. Hey, there was a guy outside. It said he bumming Bunny earlier. He said he was broke. I said, dude, you're not broke. You're even.
Yeah.
People who would pay thousands of dollars to be in your financial condition.
Get back to zero. Yeah.
But anyway, I used to date a homeless chick, you know. The best thing about dating a homeless woman is when the date's over, you just drop them off anywhere. She had a one-legged girlfriend, worked at IHOP. Her other roommate had one breast, and she worked at Hooter. I know the girls are just going, stop it. No, I have to go home tonight. Possibly.
Possibly.
So anyway, I wrote this song. Well, you know, I'm getting old. I'm 79. But I read at an 80-year-old level. So. And of course, I wrote this song about getting old and eventually getting on Medicare. And of course, I bought Colonial Penn life insurance. The insurance is good, but I bought it for 3 reasons. Price. What was the other one? What was the other one?
Pussy.
No, stop it. Stop it. Price, and pussy. Well, I'm getting more. Anyway, I'm at the age where my music is streaming on AARP. I knew that joke would kill. Also, it's streaming on my very favorite radio station, the WNBA. Gabe, when I can make you smile, that's all it counts. All right, finger picks.
Yeah?
These are Towns's finger picks, by the way. You know, God bless him, when we were going to Berrytowns, his son just walked over to me. I didn't have the slightest idea. He said he wanted to give me something. I held up my hand. It was all of Towns's picks. And I still have them. I haven't kept anything that long in my life, not even wives, except this one. Come on, man. I can't stay for long. I may be enough for a song. Fate tells me I will be traveling on. All my earthly race is lost in one. The clock is marching slowly across my face. We all have an expiration date. We try to keep our soul between the lines as we grapple with the pleasures of our minds. The minute man is breathing up the air, 'cause time just loves itself and doesn't care. When all of your beginnings have begun, your expiration date is soon to come. Well, I have a friend named Towns, I call him T. His life was short, fast and loud and free. Well, he burned himself so brightly till the end. mesmerizing us with ink and pen. The kind of man who did not hesitate to expedite his expiration date. The school of life is full of tries and truths. Yeah, pick your friends, don't dare let them choose you. We get to live in loopholes now and then, but the piper must be paid to remain your friend. Yes, the school of life will text you when you're late, 'cause when you expire, you also graduate. Well, I can't stay for long. I may be enough for a song. Fate tells me I will be traveling on. All my earthly race is lost and won. Yeah, the clock is marching slowly across my face. We all have an expiration date. One day, we will all be late.
Rex Bell, ladies and gentlemen.
I know it's kind of depressing, but not really. I try to make it kind of upbeat. Hey, expiration date.
Yeah.
The Nighthawk always says shit like, Dad, I gotta tell you something. I said, yeah, man, what you got? Most time it's like, the ones on Paw Patrol that can fly can't really fly, but they can drive a helicopter. I said, right on, man. But he wrote in the other day and he said, Dad, I've been thinking about it, and I think everybody dies. And I said, yeah, man. Huh. Can we go to the park? Absolutely, my man. You know? 100%. If that's how affected he is by that, knowledge, we all right. He gonna be okay, man. This is a song about a time where it kind of got on top of me, and it was just like a selfish kind of thing, because I was like, I should be doing something other than this thing, and and don't get me wrong, what I was doing at the time was terribly shitty hard work, and there's a high turnover in the concrete world, and not just because people are vain and petty, but because working concrete's a shitty job, man, and if you can get out of it, quickly people do, unless you're the asshole with the clipboard and cell phone, then, you just find another dummy to come work for you, man. But it's sort of about like if you look up and you're not where you think you're supposed to be, even if that is where you're supposed to be, but you think it's not, get your shit and go do something else, Bulldog on the fence line, crosses in the ditch, working for another man. You never get rich, but now it's raining in the morning, raining at night. So Sometimes I get what's coming, sometimes it ain't right. Sometimes I get what's coming, sometimes it ain't right. When I was a child, I was raised upright. It was church on a Sunday and a Wednesday night. A nice whiskey in the morning just to stop the shakes. Whiskey in the evening, that's what it takes. Whiskey in the evening, that's what it takes. Well, there's mesquite in the meadow where the hay used to be. Somebody's gotta cut it, but it won't be me. I got a Windsor engine, I got a full tank of gas, I got a number in my pocket, I got a picture on my dash. I got a number in my pocket, I got a picture on my dash. Boat arc on the fence line, they standing still. Long as I'm breathing, I never will. I got my windows wide open, I got my hand in the breeze. Well, I'll be gone by the morning, pretty as you please. Well, I'll be gone by the morning, pretty as you please.
And you're so good, Gabe. How about a couple of more, and then we'll. I know these people are sick of me, but how about a couple of more?
Let's do that, man.
All right. Well, you know, we're both wearing our Starbucks beer T-shirts.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of you remember.
Fucking jealous over here, man.
Hey, I invented this beer, Starbucks beer, in 2003, and Starbucks Coffee sued me. It was. I mean, there's still articles about it on, that we took it all the way to the Supreme Court of the United States, and I got ruled against it. But I can make Starbucks. They ruled that I can only make it in Galveston, and it has to be somehow associated with music. So I could sell it, go down and sing one song, and leave.
Yeah.
It's weird. Now, but I'm famous. I also made another beer back in the 60s and 70s. It was a beautiful time back then. It was after birth control and before AIDS. And no, the worst thing you could get was the clap. It was beautiful. I'm Dr. Rex. We're going to pass the microphone around. Everybody in here's had chlamydia. But anyway, so I invented this beer you put, because penicillin's all you needed.
Right.
So I was going to put penicillin in the beer. That way you can get drunk, get laid, get the clap, and get cured in the same night. Yeah, the
It's
FDA
efficient,
didn't
man.
like
It's
that.
efficient as hell. I love it. I love it.
I'm telling you. Anyway, it's hell getting as old as I am. I swear, I get things. I'm confused. I walk around thinking DNA was just a guy named Dan. I thought WikiLeaks was an adult diaper.
I like when them jokes like go.
Yeah, I know. I'm dangerous. They just go, you know. I mean, it's a bummer when you tell a joke and it really sucks. Like many of mine. But you know, I miss COVID.
Yeah.
Don't you? Oh man, back then you could just be so lazy. I was so lazy. I made my whole bedroom was a mattress. That way, when I got up, I was still in bed. I was able to quit heroin. Yeah, I was too lazy to cook. And I was able to quit porn because down deep, I knew that was somebody's grandmother. Hell, I still wear a condom everywhere. Listen, I'm old. You never know where I've been.
The first time I got laid, man, they're like, look, you got to wear this rubber so, you know, she didn't get pregnant. But enough's enough. Like last year, I was like, I don't give a shit if she gets pregnant. I'm taking this thing off, man.
Masks were for ugly people to get laid. A guy could take a girl home, you know, and get laid, and so she'd say, well, you don't have to wear a condom, but I ain't taking off my mask. Thank you.
Play a song, goddamn, we'll be here all night.
Oh, shut up.
Tell her this bullshit.
So I wrote this song about my buddy Towns Van Zandt because I knew him for years. Janet knew him very well, and I hated all the stories about Towns. All they wanted to talk about was the fact he was an alcoholic, but he was such a beautiful person. But he was tortured. There's no doubt. He played here October the 5th, 1996, and he passed away January 1st. And so I wrote this song. It's called Bean Towns. I wanted to, instead of putting him down, I just decided I'd put myself in his shoes and tell you his story. The darkness is hollow. I sleep inside it every night. The days are poison. I take my pill at first light. The sun is lonely. It come to see me every day. But the nights are loyal and they chase that sorry sunshine away. The road lays heavy on top of everyone I love. White lines and bad signs, new roads just become a different drug. The miles, they scream at me and they take me where I want to be. Precious is waiting in a town I hope I will not make. All bought up in ribbons, another lively heart I shall not break. She'll rain her love on me and bring me all those niceties. My darkness always wins, and it lays my heart directly on the wind. Salvation's waiting when my two hands begin to pray. My body's trembling. I just can't let whiskey have its way. The junk man curses me and then takes me where I need to be. Tell my friends to mourn me none and have Rex bring the deuces when he comes. Let me tell the story real quick. I have one little story to tell about that. I have Rex Bring the Deuces. Well, when Towns made his first record, the club I owned in Houston in 70, whatever, and he said, if you cut cards with Rex and get a 3, he'll get a 2. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And so
I heard some kids talking about it. I don't know.
Oh, no, so especially when I started the wake, I'd carry a deck of cards every year, and I'd have thousands of people. If you know odds about cards, it's a lot. So I would get a couple of people cut, they'd get a 3, and I'd do my best to get a 2. And so this last wake, I did it to everybody in the green room, and I handed the deck to Janet. She pulled a 3, and I pulled a 2. After all these years, I haven't posted that story yet. But I got the cards, and there was somebody in the room when it happened.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it happened to my. I don't know what the odds of it being your wife is, but man, take those odds and like hitting the Powerball or something.
That's right. That's right.
You're talking about the pandemic, man. This is I guess this is the newest song I got. I had a buddy of mine from back. I was talking about College Station earlier. There was a man named Ben Hall, man, and he used to write songs and play. And recently, he was playing around the Monkey Duck with the Dragliners and some other outfits. When he was in College Station, he was in a band called Hauling Ass. It was Ben Hall and Jeff Ling, Matt Ling, sorry, and then a guy called the Ass, and the Ass would rap like Eazy-E songs during the breaks. It was cool, man. They lived off Spring Loop, behind like the Hilton there in College Station. Spring Loop that is affectionately called the Poop Loop because it's over by the sewer plant. If the wind's out the east, it stink like a turd, man. Yeah. They had an apartment right there by that red light, like at was it Taro and Spring Loop, and they ran a couch out there, an extension cord, and they had put up posters and Hauling Ass rocks the poop loop. And they would wait for the light to go red and cars would stack up and then be like 2, 3, 4. And they start playing songs. And then the light would go green. They'd sit on the couch and drink beer. And it was the raddest thing that ever happened in College Station. And then the police showed up. Probably that same asshole with the weed eater. You know what I mean? You can't do this. What do you mean I can't? I live here. I'm in my yard. Well, you're obstructing traffic. No, we're on a couch. We only play, during the red lights. Ben graduated college on time. I hung around, did some victory laps, and then I went elsewhere, and I come back, and when I moved down here, however long ago, I ran into a buddy, Sam Barker from Brightwire. You guys know Sam and Kim Barker, man, and he was a buddy of Ben's, and he said, Ben's not doing good. And I said, he always seemed like he had his shit together. What, did he get into dope or what? And he's like, no, man, like he's dying of cancer. I'm like, oh, shit, man. A month later, I saw him. And I said, Ben, come here, man. And I brought him in close and I gave him a hug. And I said, if there's anything that I can do for you, just let me know, man. And he said, I'm glad I ran into you because I was going to call you. I worked a lot of jobs in my life, and one of those jobs, I was a sprinkler man, lawn sprinkler man. And he said, look, man, when I'm gone, they're going to have to put the house on the market, and it's got this sprinkler that hadn't worked right in like 10 or 15 years, so we need somebody to come and just fix the sprinkler. And I pulled him closer, and I said, Ben, if there's anything else I can do for you. Dying man or not, I ain't running a shovel for you, dude. Here's a number of a guy. Call him, You
can get a weed eater from him, too.
Yeah. But I love Ben, and Ben was a right dude. He got on some different kind of... He got on some... Is that man all right?
Is he all right?
Oh, heads up. Something's going on with this man. It seems like a 911 thing. Yo. Oh, shit the bed.
No, he
yeah.
needs help.
Angela, call 911, I guess. Holy shit.
Yes, call 911. Call 911.
You might know, like, CPR or whatever.
She's a first responder.
Oh, man, that's
What the fuck?